Good morning, everyone. Today we have a very special guest and someone who's very close to my heart, someone who I have known for the last 14 years. We have Mr. Nitish Jain with us. He is the president of the SP Jain School of Global Management, a school which I am an alum of. And sir has been like a fatherly figure to me over these years and a mentor. Welcome, sir.
Hi, Chirag. Such a pleasure to be with you today and to see you in this new capacity as a TV host. Pretty good.
Absolutely, sir. You know, it's very strange because you have actually seen most of us through different walks of our own lives, and different avatars that we've all had. And it's nice to connect with you on this platform today for a change.
You're safe, Chirag. Your stories while you were at school will remain with me. I won't share it.
So, thank you, sir. Thank you. So, sir, I've been reading up on our school, and we've been regularly getting these high rankings from the Financial Times, from the Economist. Would you generally like to give a sense to the audience on how we've got these rankings and what the school is currently doing?
Yeah, we've been really very fortunate, Chirag, that we've been ranked by the FT, by the Economist, by Forbes, year after year, right from 2011 till now. Every year we've been ranked by at least one of these, and in some years by many of them.
Yeah.
And I attribute this to our unique learning model. So we have currently 4 campuses.
Right.
Dubai, Mumbai, Singapore, and Sydney. And our students rotate to all these campuses. And by doing so, they understand how business can be done or is being done differently in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And so, for example, how business is done in China can be very different than how business is done in India or in the West or even in Japan, Africa, South America. So this is very important for a business person to understand that business has some commonalities, but also very different. And so as a result, our students have got top jobs because they understand this very well.
Right.
They join global companies, and because they join these global companies, they see a big salary rise. They do very well in their careers. Hence, we get these good rankings.
Sir, given the current situation with the COVID-19 pandemic, I wanted to get a sense from you on how we are managing things vis-a-vis our students or our staff. And the reason I ask this is because, I remember we've always been ahead of our times in terms of adopting technology or the best technology platforms for online learning. And I know you've been at the forefront of that effort. So can you give us a sense on what we are doing currently?
The governments in all these cities have forced campus closure on us, which means that learning has moved online.
Right.
Now, the minute we think of online, we think of unengaged learning, which is both cheap and economical, because that is how online learning was born, to be mass market. But we have created a whole new category that I refer to as premium online. Now, premium online is delivery of learning online, but at a very high end, at a premium end, as though you were in the classroom.
Right.
Now, we have developed this technology called Engaged Learning Online, or ELO for short. When you look at online learning, you may think of Zoom or WebEx or some similar technology. But they were designed for office use.
Correct.
They're not designed for classroom use. And they're just being used by other universities because they have no option. But at SP Jain, the ELO technology that I'm referring to is custom designed to replicate a classroom.
Right, just for the classroom sake.
So, it is like a professor is standing, he's talking to the students. Now, there are 18 TV monitors in that studio where the professor is. So he can actually see every student as though the student is sitting in the first row. Now, I know, Chirag, you you're a backbencher, but in this case, there are no backbenchers. Everyone is sitting in the first row. Okay, that was only a joke. It wasn't a serious
No,
comment.
absolutely.
Now the professor moves around and he has a robotic camera that is following him.
All right.
So he can actually look at every student, make eye contact, and the student feels as though the professor is standing right in front of me
And addressing him.
and addressing him. And the student can engage, put up his hand, ask questions. The prof can do a real-time poll because there are a lot of sophisticated technology besides this. Now, you may ask, how can SP Jain develop this very high-end technology in just 6 weeks? Because COVID happened only 6 weeks ago. The answer to this question is that we have been thinking that the future is moving to online technology 3 years ago. And for the last 3 years, we have been developing this technology. It's a very high-end, sophisticated technology to replicate a full classroom of 60 students, and each student feels that they are right in the classroom. Now, 3 years ago, we decided that the future is moving to online. Obviously, we didn't have any inclination that COVID will happen, but we can still develop this technology for adult learning.
Right.
Because adults who are already working don't have an option to study. Or to go to a campus.
Correct.
They don't have an option to. So that's the reason why we developed this technology. COVID happened, we could just switch to this, and we can have now a professor sitting in Sydney, because he's in one of our Sydney studios, teach somebody based in Chandigarh, for example, and it is totally seamless.
Wow.
And so one of the most amazing technologies anywhere in the world, actually.
So the next question I had for you was a general question as regards the well-being of our students. Are they on campus now, or have they gone back to their homes, or how is that? Because it's a huge amount of population we have within our campuses.
Yes. So students were given the choice when India was still open, that if they want, they could go back.
Right.
And we would take care of them. We could offer the classes online, or we could even delay the classes so that when things normalize, they can come back and continue the experience. Most of our students have gone, but we still have about 100 students in Singapore and about 50 odd students in Sydney who didn't go back. And we are looking after them fully. They've got free housing, free food. We are in touch with the consul generals in both cities, and said if you have a chartered plane, or if you have any way for these students to go back, please let us know. I personally know the high commissioners and consul generals in these countries, so they've obviously assured me that the first plane that leaves Singapore or leaves Sydney, SP Jain students would be on it.
So I wanted to ask you a concluding question as regards the education sector as a whole. How do you see this, pandemic affecting the sector going forward? Can you give us a view on that, please?
See, this pandemic, I think, may reset the way we think forever.
Yeah.
And education will surely move online. And initially, nobody wants online because we're used to on-campus experience.
Correct.
Right? As an Indian, you like to be in the cafeteria and eat a samosa perhaps with your friends. But now you'll have to have the same samosa at home with your parent or brother or sister, whoever there is to share that with you. And but you'll get used to it.
Yeah.
So we have got used to entertainment at home.
Yeah.
Previously, we all went to these movie halls with large screens and with all these stereophonic effects and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Now you're happy to watch it on a 55-inch screen at home.
Correct.
And you've got used to it. So it's that first time of getting used to it. Once you get used to online studying, you will be quite happy, as long as the delivery of online is engaging. You have a real professor, the sort of study materials are designed for online,
Yeah.
and it's what I call premium online.
But
Then
I can
you'll be
safely
quite
say, I think I can safely say that we did our MBA at the right time. We were probably the happiest campers that time. We had the best of
Thank
both
you.
worlds.
Yeah, that's true. And it will go back to on campus too. I don't want to say it will remain online forever,
Right.
but we'll move to some sort of hybrid learning, because online education could reduce fees.
Right.
We have actually created a whole new model that we can slash our fees by 50%,
Yeah.
and students get almost the same experience, because today people are getting more conscious of what they're paying, what they're getting. So if we could offer hybrid, which
A
gives
combination of
you
both. Yeah.
of both, you would get almost the same experience, but at a much lower price point.
Right. Thank you, sir. Pleasure talking to you. And as usual, it's so nice to see you looking fit and healthy.
Yeah, thank you, Chirag. It's been a pleasure. It's been a real pleasure.